All right, folks. These are the kind of day we want to see happening. This is the kind of gains we want to see AMC having on a daily basis. And this is precisely what I mentioned on my last video yesterday. A couple of them, that AMC was so oversold based on things we were seeing happening in the behind the scenes. Some of the things we're seeing happening with the news coming from the hedges, coming from Citco, who is a servicing company, company servicing hedge funds, news coming from, the DOJ starting to give hefty, important, heavy fines for the market manipulators. So it was just a matter of time, and it's still a matter of time that we can see strong, sharp gains coming into AMC. So right now, at the time I'm recording this video, I think we are 40 minutes away from market closing, and the stock is still up 18%, breaching the $14. We want to see it go all the way over $15, because whenever it reaches $15, then we will be over that huge resistance, and if we go above the 19s, then it's open boulevard potentially towards the 25 and maybe the 34. So things are pretty looking good in terms of this current setup, because it reminds me a lot of the setup we had when the stock moved from 13 or 14 bucks all the way up to 34. GameStop was leading the way, and if we look at GameStop right now, GameStop is also having a strong day. So GameStop, even though it's not double digit, but yesterday was already strong. And I mentioned that AMC might be lagging, but it's just a matter of time for AMC to catch up. And we are seeing that today. So not only GameStop is running, but we also have the market rebounding. For the last 2-3 days, the Dow Jones all gained more than 1,000 points. So short sellers who came in here based on recession fears, based on inflation fears, right now the market is kind of smoothing around those levels, around those risks, and things may not be as bad as they look. Short sellers at some point have to start covering, and that is why I think, and I said earlier, that the AMC will definitely benefit from those and have a strong day like the one we're having now. This is really, really interesting, because what I'm about to share with you now in terms of data coming from Ortex are even, this, when you look at the short interest, when you look at, the cost to borrow, when you look at the shares on loan hitting a new all-time high, and it's still incredibly ridiculous how these numbers look on AMC alone, there is still another huge leg to come, because this is so due for a strong rebound. 18%, 20% may not be something as close to what may come based on these numbers I'm about to share in a second here. So look, the current short interest over 23%, That only is enough for AMC to go another 25% day only. But on top of that, you have the cost to borrow at almost 15%, and the shares available, the shares on loan are above 170 million shares. This is huge, folks. This is huge. The 15% cost to borrow, man, this is a hefty level. It means if you are shorting AMC and you want to short it with, let's say, $1 million, you have to pay 15% in order to borrow shares and have them shorted to short the company stock. 15% on $1 million is a lot of money. It's a lot of money for the short sellers, because in the meantime, the tech stocks are not recovering as fast as the value stocks. So the short sellers are still due to cover, because they're not recovering fast enough as the market is also recovering fast enough, as AMC is also recovering as fast enough. So at some point, this will have to put them in to rush towards the door. And that's why we need to look at the days to cover, because the days to cover gives us that impression, indication into how strong will be the rally if all of these short sellers, or bunch of them, especially the little ones, rush to get out of their short positions, which I believe this stock is set up to be the case in the next coming weeks if things go according to plan. So based on this, I will still follow, the next coming days, because on top of, what is happening today, we have this coming weekend with the opening of Top Gun Maverick. But I'm going to talk about it in another total separate video, because things are also looking juicy coming from there.